Okay,
Alright.
we still have a couple of minutes. What is the landscaping on Windsor Way? That's Kim's been looking at that?
Yep, and, wait a minute. 63 Windsor Way had some, was subject to RGFA. It was 2 lots, and the board restricted the lot that was not built upon. And the owner of the property, submitted something, via his landscape architect, Eric Swenson, to say that, a number of trees had been damaged during a storm and they wanted to remove some of the trees. So Kim and Eric Swenson walked through the property, and they came up with a number of trees, that apparently the property is kind of filled with invasives. And what they did was they, came up with, I think I sent everybody the, electronic version.
63 Windsor.
Yeah. So, there was an arborist that submitted, a letter, a guy named James Harshbarger. And there was, 2 6-inch diameter cedars, 1 18-inch diameter chokecherry, a 36 diameter ash, 24-inch white pine, 20-inch diameter white pine, 8-inch diameter deciduous, 12-inch diameter white oak, and 14-inch diameter white pine that is either declining or dead.
Well, Kim wrote an email.
And Kim wrote an email.
And Kim's email recommended some things.
Right.
And can you just tell us what they were?
So Kim's recommendation was, I think, let me grab that, hang on a minute. Don't have it. Hang on. Her recommendation, I think, was the, she agreed with,
It was pretty detailed.
hang on a minute. And she agreed with removing 7 of them, but she wanted to see the invasives, removed, before a lot of additional work was done.
Was this a separate email headed 63 Windsor Way?
Yeah.
I can't find it.
But I do remember getting some comments.
I remember getting, I mean, we've got the comments right here on 75 Montvale, but I don't see the Windsor Way.
Well, it was a while
It
ago.
was sent a while ago.
It was like a month ago.
Oh, that's buried deep into my emails and knows what I
Yeah.
have.
You can still search.
I tried
But my
searching.
search isn't coming up with anything.
Yeah, and I tried 63 Windsor Way, and I think, how about a vague date?
Okay.
Early October?
Early October. Well, anyway, okay, but you all have it, and,
Well, what are we doing? Are we signing off on something? Is that what we're doing? And if so, what are we signing off on?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's my
I don't know
question.
what we're looking
We'd
at.
we'd be signing off on Kim's recommendations.
But we don't know what they are.
Well, but, yeah. Theoretically,
Well, the original intent was to deal with damage from the storm, and it sounds like it's not the storm, it sounds like it's invasive species that are brought down.
Okay, she wanted to follow up with, Eric on the site. They're proposing 14 trees be removed. Of those, 7 are clear to me as being dead or in serious jeopardy. There's also bittersweet throughout the lower lot, which I've asked them to remove before we make any further decision on the other 7 trees and to protect the remaining healthy trees. It's not clear to me what their intention is for the lower lot, although Eric suggested we may be seeing a development plan within the next year. I advise we allow them to remove the dead or dying 7 trees, the bittersweet, hold off on any further removals until we know what their intent is for the future of the site.
Sounds good to me.
I've asked Eric for a revised letter calling out the 7 trees we agreed upon. So there
Did
was.
he send a revised letter?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, there's 9 on this letter, so.
Is that the revised letter?
This is the letter from the arborist. I don't think I got a revised letter from Eric, so once I get a revised letter from Eric, I will ask Eric for a revised letter.
Yeah.
And, these are pictures of the tree.
63 Windsor Way.
So anyhow, she's recommending removal of the invasives, particularly bittersweet, and 7 dead trees.
Of which ones?
Well, we'll get them clarified through Eric.
Okay.
This is the longest.
All right, so if you could just send around the letter to us,
Yeah,
that would be great. And then we could maybe, if people were so inclined, they could go and take a look for themselves.
apparently, apparently the site is very tough to get through and is full of tick. So,
So you could use binoculars.
so you could use binoculars.
That'd be-
But
that'd be picked up.
actually, the,
That'd be great.
so this show.
Were they on the sandwich
I
run?
thought I
the golf
sent this
club?
out electronically.
So it's just now?
Okay, I will send this out electronically, and you can see the condition of the trees without wading through the forest.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, and Kim's already waded through it and sacrificed herself.
yeah,
to
we
life.
just need to, we need a specific
Yeah,
idea of which ones they are.
Okay,
So they're not gonna build
The
on
extent
this.
of the bittersweet that needs to be removed,
No.
so we don't get
not
clear
right
cut
now, but in the
lollipops.
future they may.
I thought that was prohibited under.
Remove all invasives. Everything's an invasive.
I didn't
Well,
put it in, of course, invaded.
As I haven't looked at the entire decision in great detail, but my understanding was that one of the lots could not be cleared or built upon until it came back to the planning board. So, but in this situation, apparently a windstorm had damaged quite a number of trees.
So we're gonna need to know the exact trees.
Right.
But we're gonna need to know the extent of the invasive removal that he's proposing. The simple thing would be for the guy to submit a plan with the letter, locating the trees and showing the extent of the invasive removal.
Okay.
So these are like damaged trees in the middle of the woods.
But they're not connected.
Yeah, without context. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, in the middle of the woods always has damaged trees. It's part of the natural woodland.
And then the issue is invasive.
Yeah, but where is it? Especially now that the leaves are looking.
Right. I mean, invasives are, I have no love for that. I'm sure this tree looks flat, but sure, but so what? It may have 30 years left. That one?
Guys are going out.
Well, there's a lot of things that live in it. I mean, it's part of the woods.
Woodpeckers.
Or, animals, whatever, live in that, that's part of its function as a natural system.
Yeah, maybe we should go out and take a look at it. Drive
After the ticks and furs.
by. Yeah. Did they actually freeze?
Yeah, all right, so this one I can understand, it looks pretty damaged, it's next to the driveway.
It's not the worst.
Right. But the
Well,
ones that are
maybe,
like in
maybe
the
those
woods.
are the kind, that's an example of the kind that Kim approves. See, we don't know what she said was okay and what not.
Right.
So,
So I'll get clarification.
good, all right.